Hello, hello, and welcome back to Bible Talk. If it's your first time here, welcome, and if it's not your first time here, welcome back. Today's video, we are going to be discussing repentance, the action of repenting. Now, I don't know about you, but for me growing up, this was not a familiar word. To be honest, I didn't quite grasp the understanding of repenting, to also include not really knowing of the word, if I'm being totally honest, until I was much older. A word that was thrown around, or an action that was often heard when I was younger, was forgiving. Forgiving is something we all should do. It is definitely something that God asks us to do. Peter asks Jesus how often he should forgive his neighbor, and Jesus replied saying 70 times. I don't think that was a random number, and I don't think that was a specific number that he just decided to pick, but I think the gist of it is 70. That's a lot, meaning you should always forgive, be willing to forgive, and learn how to forgive. I know for a lot of us that is difficult, but it's something we have to train ourselves to do. So let's talk about repenting. Not to get off the subject of forgiving and forgiveness, but I think these two work hand in hand in some way, shape, or form. I believe they're in the same, I see them in the same basket, so to speak, the same family. So repenting, the action of asking God for forgiveness, and behind asking God for forgiveness, changing, making complete change to your actions. For example, let's say someone says they're sorry, but you know in the back of your head they may be sorry, but they never made an effort to change. How would you really feel about them? And I think of this in the same way God would look at me. You know, you can ask God for forgiveness, and not to say he will not forgive you, but have some action behind your words. Make it mean something. Now, I'm not naive to the world we live in. I know that it can be hard. It can be tough to change, just to do a complete 180 and, hey, I'm cured of all my sins. I don't do it anymore. No, that is not reality. That is not a real life perspective of the real things that we go through. But thankfully, we have a God that is very understanding to what it is we go through in this life. Not only do we know that, he actually expresses that. So you may be saying to yourself, okay, I asked God for forgiveness and I repented, and maybe 3-6 months down the line, you didn't commit this sin. But we all compete with the flesh, and you fell back into that sin. Are there consequences? Is there a judgment that's going to be had on me because I repented? And the answer is no. God's forgiveness is infinite. And again, that is the beauty of our God. Because of what Jesus did for us, repenting will always be there for those who make the mistake once or repeatedly. But understand, you must be sincere to the heart of what you're doing. I believe if a man steals all his life and his time has come and he is truly truly sorry for the things he's done. This makes me think of the two thieves on the cross that died with Jesus. Not going to go into that story, but I truly believe the thief that was concerned and was really sorry and really looked to Jesus as the one, the Messiah, I believe he was forgiven, even though he probably lived a life full of sin. Whereas the other guy, who cares about that guy? We know how that went. So I wanted to keep this one short. I didn't want to get too deep into the topic, but still important. Let me know your thoughts, concerns, opinions in the comments below, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care. God bless.